Kentucky.
2 pounds, Chuck Taylor. Your official for this contest, Mitch Blaylock.
Oh dear. There's the bell. We are underway. Your main event this evening. A mainstay for better or for worse here in PWX. The Southern Savior John Skyler versus a newcomer to this organization, but no stranger to professional wrestling, the Kentucky Gentleman, Chuck Taylor.
Absolutely not. Chuck Taylor has wrestled all over the world, literally. It is a treat to have him in a PWX ring, and I'm really looking forward to this one because as good as Chuck Taylor is, and he's phenomenal, if there is a flaw, it's not taking things seriously enough. Sometimes he's a little bit more the style of wrestler like Craig Excellent or Zane Riley. John Skyler, there's no room for fun and games at all in his style.
Not to mention, give him any opening, give him any reason to take the low road, he will take it. And he's done it several times in the past. He's done it in his well-noted feud with Jake Manning last year. The feud that just wrapped up very unceremoniously, and the spoils of it, and I hate talking about her that way, but the spoils of that feud against Anthony Henry are standing in his corner right now, in the person of Amber Young.
I mean, Skyler won her fair and square. Look, you know, we can all cry for Anthony Henry, and that's fine, but John Skyler won the match. I said it on the iPay-per-view, and I'll say it again. I would have never entered into a situation with that kind of stipulation. I'm sorry. I like Anthony Henry. Seems like a nice, well-meaning young man. I'm sorry. John Skyler played Henry, and he beat him.
Yeah, he
played on Henry's emotions, and he won the matchup.
You are absolutely right, but it takes you got to admit, it takes a very sick individual to cook something up like that. And we can both agree Skyler is quite that individual at times.
I'm sorry, man, but it is a rough, mean, cruel world out there. And John Skyler, to me, is representative of the 21st century professional wrestler. That's the world we live in, Craig. There is one major organization in the world, and everybody else is starving on the independents trying to make a name for themselves. In the country, I should say, major organization, and everyone else is starving on the independents. You have got to do whatever it takes to make money, to win matches, to make your name, to get noticed. John Skyler is the prototypical 21st century wrestler because he will do anything it takes to win, anything it takes to make more money, anything it takes to survive. And I'm sorry, but professional wrestling in the 21st century is a tough business to survive in unless you've got one of those fat contracts. And Skyler does whatever it takes to survive.
I'm not asking him or anybody to apologize for that. All I'm saying is that if you listen to his rhetoric, if you listen to anything that he has said in the past, honor is dead, trample the weak. You're absolutely right. It does fit that prototype, but it's looking like Chuck Taylor is staying on top of John Skyler, at least in the early going with that half crab.
He's got that cross crab locked in. Chucky T went for it early.
Yeah, I mean, Chuck Taylor, just a very brief bio on this guy. He started out in 2002, training anyway, at the ripe old age of 15 years old. He's been in Chikara. He's been in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. Dragon Gate USA has had a great storied history in those organizations. So many great matches, including his time in Chikara. I remember him mostly for his time with Team Fist.
Absolutely.
So, and just amazing to see how he's grown and how he's, and just to see him in front of this crowd here in Hickory. And, God,
mentored in his career by Tracy Smothers. So you got to think he knows every dirty trick that Skyler may try to throw at him.
Well, that's one advantage you need. You do need to watch out for the dirty tricks. You do need to watch out and make sure that your head is on a swivel at all times, because John Skyler will use the smallest of opening that you possibly can find in order to get a victory.
What do you think he's been doing with Amber ever since the pay-per-view?
You know, we had him on the update desk a couple weeks ago, and he was very blasé and none of your business about what they've been doing. Use your imagination. She does look healthy. She does not look like she's had any bruising. I did manage to get a chance to talk to her.
Come on. This is not an
seems a good
episode.
spirit.
This is not an episode of SVU here, Craig. I mean, I'm sure he's just had her, washing his car, doing his laundry, cooking his meals. That's stuff she should be doing anyway.
Well, abuse doesn't have to happen physically. Sometimes it has to be done, can be done mentally. And, this looks like a woman who's actually enjoying the infliction of pain on John Skyler at the moment.
What a pinko liberal I'm sitting next to here. Good Lord. Look, I'm sorry, but Skyler, he does everything right. How can you beat this guy? You know what I'm saying? Ask Anthony Henry.
Oh, wait a minute. We've seen this out of him before. He's going for it. And wait a minute.
I think she's cheering on the wrong man.
In her mind, I think she's cheering on the right
that's
man.
5 across the eyes for her.
Oh, dear. Well, I mean, I think she's getting a warning at the moment. Oh, wait. Oh, look at that. Well, off the distraction. I guess having Amber at ringside might prove to be backfiring for the Southern Savior.
These hoes ain't loyal, Craig Veltri.
Hey, Amber Young is hardly a hoe.
Huh. Last time I saw her, she was with another man, and now she's with John Skyler. What would you call it?
I am not getting into
Fight
this
is going out into all over the building. I think
oh, my.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they're out in front of the ticket counter.
They're going to go.
I mean, this place is standing room only, so I think some people might be getting used as battering rams in a couple of minutes.
They're going to go all over this building.
I mean, Mitch Blaylock has lost total control of this matchup.
I do love a good street fight, Craig Veltri.
Yeah, I don't mind one either, but I don't think this one has been billed as one. That's my only confusion at this point, actually.
Well, if there was any designs from Chuck Taylor on goofing off and joking around and having a good time, I'm thinking that those plans have changed now that we are in a fight on the floor.
Oh my goodness. And this is something, I mean, Chuck Taylor has been in some very brutal matches from time to time, but I mean, what we've seen more out of him is some high flying, very good mat technician, but the guy has been known to get a little bit brutal at times.
Absolutely so. Setting up chairs now.
What is
Chucky
he
T
doing here? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, just to give you an inside look, we are not working monitors at this particular show, so I can't really exactly see what is going on right now, but it looks like he's got him set up in a front facelock trying to suplex him. Skyler reversing! Oh!
Chucky T went into the chairs.
Oh,
you
my
could
goodness.
see it, and you could hear it.
Oh, my goodness. Looks like both men are out. Oh, dear. Yes, he is.
I'm
the
sorry.
self-proclaimed.
I'm sorry, but this guy is going to continue to stomp on anyone in his path until someone rises up and becomes just as vicious, just as cold, just as sadistic as he is. Chuck Taylor's been all over the world. He's wrestled everybody. He may have it in him. We'll see.
Well, here's the cover now. 1, 2, and Mitch Blaylock can't put his third slap of the mat down. The match continues. John Skyler now firmly planning in control, and this is where we really start to see just this vicious vulture of a man just start to pick the bones.
I wonder if he would loan Amber out for a couple of days. I wonder if there could be a rental agreement made.
Look, pinko liberal or not, common human decency, Bradley, can we please?
She could clean the house. She could clean out the inside of my oven, cook the meals. My wife would love taking a break for a couple of days. She'd love it.
Then hire a maid for crying out loud.
That's what I'm trying to do, Craig Veltri.
She's not a maid.
She could be. You don't know what she's been doing since the pay-per-view when,
And
she was,
to be
when she was
honest-
put up at stake like a piece of property by Anthony Henry, who claims to love her.
Again, it was a horrible situation, and
It was not a horrible situation.
Well, no,
it
it's
was a stupid move on the part of Anthony Henry, and John Skyler played him
a horrible,
and won.
a horrible situation masterminded by John Skyler. He figured the only way to protect her was to accept this bribe because it would have ridded him of John Skyler. He failed, yes. So he stuck with that consequence. So we're on the same page with that one.
It's the world
But-
we live in. Big dog eats sometimes, and the little dog goes hungry.
Yeah. Well, the Southern Savior and the Kentucky Gentleman are in the middle of the ring as John Skyler working pretty much every part of the upper body with that stretch move.
He's testing the toughness of the Kentucky Gentleman, and that's the story of this matchup.
Oh!
That's what I want to see unfold, is does Chuck Taylor have it deep down inside to become the monster it's going to take to defeat the monster that is John Skyler, who will stop at nothing to win?
No, absolutely not. He will not stop. In fact, he is still very firmly in control. You're going to need a lot more than a hip toss to put away the Southern Savior. In fact, God, I mean, we've seen him in some brutal affairs here in PWX over the last couple of years since he's been here. And in fact, here's the cover now. 1, 2, not enough. And say what you will about John Skyler, the man. John Skyler, the wrestler, he has been around the world himself. He has been to England on tours. If I'm not mistaken, he has been to Japan once or twice. And he's been getting looks from the big leagues as well. So, I mean, you've seen it tonight already.
Cradle.
But wait a minute, into the cradle and a near fall. But, I mean, you see it tonight. This guy is a very capable matsman.
Absolutely. Both these guys are phenomenal. It is a main event quality matchup, but Skyler is just a different breed. Oh, big, beautiful drop kick there from Chucky T. Skyler is just a different breed. There's nobody meaner. There's nobody more vicious. I really believe he would gouge an eye out. He would rip somebody's skin open. He would do whatever it takes to win, and I'm sorry, but that attitude has brought him success that you can't argue with.
Oh, I do not argue with that. I do not argue with it. Some people just don't seem to like it. Oh, look at this.
And it got him a new girlfriend.
Yeah, it got him a new girlfriend.
He's got a new girlfriend. I see her out there.
Look at
Good
that.
Lord.
Jesus. Might have knocked a tooth. I always wonder if he knocked a tooth out the way he just gets racked like that. But anyway, reversal off the Irish whip.
Soul
Ooh. That did not look good.
Big boot.
Oh, my, into the cover.
Two, only got two.
But a great combination right there. I mean, just such agility, such striking power, and just so opportunistic as well, just the way he takes over those moves. And now, out of the corner comes Skyler. Ooh,
Great
big
knee.
knee. Big knee.
Oh, he caught him.
Skyler's got him up. What are we going to see here? A roll through slam.
Loves to utilize that British maneuver.
And-
Cover. Sometimes you hear it called a Finley roll.
Oh. Well,
This girl
Skyler
is
does
still
seem.
cheering on Chuck Taylor.
Yes, she is, and I'm not surprised by it. In fact, notice that glare. That
She needs to know where her bread and water is coming from.
again.
Skyler charges the buckle. Drilled him.
All right. Okay.
Beautiful drop
Wow.
kick.
God, amazing how well he can throw that.
Uh-oh.
Got him up.
Oh!
Ooh, wow! What a move! And the
Two!
cover! No.
Only two.
It's a 2 count only. It is a 2 count only. And the this crowd in Hickory firmly behind the Kentucky Gentleman. But the Southern Savior manages to slip out of the ring. Baseball slide. Tyler misses it. Super kick right to the gullet.
Perfect super kick.
I mean, these are moves that have won him titles in this organization. That's a move that won him the tag team titles. Something he did to a woman, by the way. But, I mean, he's won
Where's your
so many
sense of
matches.
equality? And men and women are equal. If they're equal, then he can super kick them.
it may be right. It's like the old saying from Cool Hand Luke. Just because it's legal, just because it's supposedly on even plane, doesn't make it right. It goes against my sensibilities.
I would have thought a pinko like you would be more progressive in your thinking.
Oh,
Powerbomb!
politics matter none, but here's the cover. Oh, my.
Two. Mitch Blaylock has been right on point with the near falls, but it was only 2.
That's why he is our senior official. My, oh, my.
Chucky T now taking him to the buckle.
I think we're going to, we've seen this guy fly off his feet on the mat, or now we're going to see him use a turnbuckle for it.
Big moonsault.
Oh, man, misses it all. And now we're going to see that slingshot spear.
Caught him with it, heads up.
Slice bread, here it comes.
Be the saving grace.
Oh,
Caught him
my.
with it.
That's
a couple
it.
of big moves in a row
That's
from
it.
Skyler. 2, 3, got him with it. John Skyler pieces together enough big impact moves to leave with the victory.
My, oh, my.
And who can stop that man? Who can stop the viciousness that lives behind those cold eyes?
John Skyler!
Kiara Hogan makes it official. Your winner, the Southern Savior, John Skyler,